All right, Greg, passionate cyclist, but also executive in the IT industry. So, yeah, how do you think the two things relate? I know you're an avid cyclist, but how do they relate? Maybe.
Sure. Well, great to connect with you, Diego. I would say there's a couple different ways where they overlap or they tie in with each other. The first, and I know this will come up in our conversation, is around data and AI and ML. Mm-hmm. There's so much technology out there now that allows you to track and measure whether you're on the bike or different types of metrics as far as wellness and recovery, things like the Oura Ring, HRV, and sleep scores. The information that we have access to is overwhelming in many respects, both in the cycling realm and then obviously when you get into business, the different things that can be measured in particularly manufacturing. There's so much information out there. One of the things that I've heard probably over the last 5, 10, maybe 15 years is, back when we used to make decisions, back when we used to go through the process of really deciding on anything, we very limited data sets. And now it's the exact opposite, right? We've got so much data. It's a matter of really figuring out what's noise versus signal and trying to figure out the right way to use that data and to make decisions based on it.
Yes, no, absolutely. The other challenge I see in our industry, kind of in the AI industry, is that it means so many different things to different people, right? And so some of it is, consumerizing the IT experience. Some is robotic process automation and getting things done automatically. But it really means a lot of things to different people. And so it's an exciting time, but there are trends that are definitely shaping up, and people are clustering around certain ideas and certain things that they want to do. How do you see these affecting your industry? Do you have any example or thoughts about what might be happening in your industry in the future?
Sure. So I think in general, it creates a lot of challenges just around jargon and mm-hmm. What people mean when they talk about AI, what expectations are, particularly on the business side. So as IT executive, being able to deliver things and deliver business value can be challenging based on the expectations that are out there. So you mentioned something like RPA that may be more akin to an expert system or something where it's very rules-based. I think there are huge opportunities in that from an efficiency and an optimization perspective, but I really categorize that outside of AI and would look at AI more from a prediction modeling perspective, which is taking large amounts of data. And one of the benefits, I think, is we have the ability through cloud computing and some other items to pull in data that doesn't necessarily seem like it's tied. And a great example that I like to always point to in the manufacturing industry is, you've got all of these machines on your shop floor. They all run at different rates. They all have different, metrics that they're kind of running on, and different telemetry you can pull off of them. But then there are all sorts of environmental variables that actually impact how those things run. And back in the day, you used to have, a preventive maintenance schedule to make sure the stuff didn't break down. Now you can actually pull in all this data and be much more agile and much more real data-centric and data-based in your decision-making to drive the optimization and the efficiency as high as I guess, humanly possible.
I love that concept. AI as a way to becoming more agile in your decision-making process. Love it. Greg, thank you very much.
I was going to say, I think it's really actually embedded in the AI process, because when you go through it, the way you do AI, it's much more iterative and it's much more agile just by its very nature. So I think the two go hand in hand.
Agreed. Thank you very much, Greg. It was great talking with you.
Thanks, Diego.